Jeremy!
What up?
How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
We both have our glasses on today.
I know.
We're trying to switch it up.
I think it makes us look smart.
Well, I read in a magazine that said glasses make you look smarter and sexier. The problem now, as I'm looking at, is that I think they meant that for women, not men.
I could see that. That would actually make a lot of sense.
Are yours real?
No, they are. These are actually, and I hate to admit this, these are bifocals because of my advanced age.
Yeah. Well, they look good.
Hey, thanks. At my advanced age, I can see farther and then closer, but I struggle with them. I don't wear them as much as I should because I feel like I get seasick. It's like it's that line, and people say you just got to keep wearing them and get used to it, but I don't know. It's hard. I get dizzy.
I'm on day 3 right now, and I'm still bumping. I mean, just literally today, you saw me bump into something, so I don't think it's going to go away. But what I do realize is when you make a drink, it kind of helps with it. You see how I kind of let it into this now?
No, well, and that's actually a great segue into Martini time. So let's do this. So this was yours today. As you can see, we've got some interesting ingredients here. And so I'm going to let Jeremy talk about what we've got today.
Cool. All right. Hold on. Sorry. This is like going all over the place. Dancing with me. All right. So we totally switched it up. I feel like it's kind of fall-like today. It was sunny, and then it's like gloomy now. So I went with a apple teeny. So the ingredients we have is Bravo vodka. Here you go. I'm sure you're all probably wondering, I'm like, why does this guy have the weirdest vodkas? I like going to the co-op. They have a very unique selection, so I'd like to see what they have. So we have Bravo vodka. Basically what it is it's 2 shots of that per drink. Then you put some cider in there. So it's 2 shots of cider.
Okay, wait. When you say per drink, do you mean per one of these?
It'd be 4 total in there.
Okay, good.
So 2 per drink. It's weird. It's called for 1, but I made it was too small.
Okay.
Then you take some maple syrup. What we chose was the Metropolitan Market maple syrup. If you don't know and you haven't had this is the stuff to get. Then you add some little lemon in there, not lemon bitters, just regular lemon.
Oh, taking a shot. Thank you for that.
I think you're actually taking a shot. And then just to make it look all cute, you got to add.
That's kind of what we're about.
We are about that, right?
Looking cute, I think.
So
I'm curious, like so when you go to the co-op, since I've never heard of, it actually is called Brovo. So is this like?
I thought it was Bravo.
$4.
It is Brovo. It is not. You have to be a bro though to get it.
Bro. I mean, like
it was. I believe it was $35 before tax.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
Last time you brought
was it the wake up?
Oh yeah, no, it was vodka.
Vodka. Yeah.
It was
vodka.
Vodka from Poland. Okay, so here we go.
All right,
this is our favorite part of the show. So I love the So now you have to judge this by apples. Like every week, it's getting more complicated.
All right. Well, let's still do olives.
We stick with olives.
Okay.
Here we go.
Cheers. Let's see what it tastes like. That's pretty damn good. How do you feel about it?
I feel like this is the drink I would want to have answering the door for trick-or-treaters.
It does feel like it feels like a little bit of fall,
totally.
Right?
It feels like the leaves are falling, and like maybe it actually feels like not really a martini. It feels like if this was hot.
Yeah, it'd actually be really good. Yeah,
it'd be like a hot apple cider teeny.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I don't know, but we can make that. Maybe in the fall time we'll try that.
Yeah, but it totally feels like something where I'd be like, kids,
Bravo
on the costume, kids. You know what I mean?
Here's your full-size candy bar because I have one too many now.
Yeah. You know? So now I'm gonna try this one more time just to really see if that's what I was going for.
That's dangerous because that does not taste like there's 2
shots.
No,
it's 100% a Halloween drink.
Yeah. This is it's pretty good. Okay, so now we go into the fun part. Is what would you rate it?
It's hard. So you got to go with what we've got to compare it to. So we've gone with let's recap.
Okay,
we've gone with the original martini, the original dirty martini.
That was the original.
We loved it.
Yep, that was great.
We've gone with the lemon teeny.
The lemon teeny.
We hated it.
That was yes. It could be good. It could have been
It
good.
could have been good, but I kind of ruined it.
That's where we discovered recipes.
Yeah, that's where bitters are not your friend.
Yeah.
And then the third was the espresso martini, which also very delicious.
I felt like that was pretty good too. I mean, and all of them are just totally different.
I kind of feel like you're kind of going with the dessert kind of drinks.
I'm just trying to switch it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to go out of the box and I don't know, try something unique.
Yeah.
I still do want to try the Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
Espresso
Maybe
martini.
next time.
Maybe, yeah.
And then there was another one. There was a spicy one I want to try.
That's the one we want to try next time. I think we should do that one.
The hot and dirty.
Yeah, the hot and dirty.
And I just
we'll save all the jokes for that. We'll save that one.
We'll just leave that one alone. Yeah. Again. So what's your rating? So if I recall, and this is just off memory, I feel like you went 7 olives on the first one, and then I feel like on the second one you went 5.
Yep.
And then on the espresso you went 7.5.
I think I did 7.5. Yeah.
I think I went 7, 4, 8.
Yep.
So comparing,
I don't know. I think I'd probably do an 8 on this one.
So you would go higher on this than the espresso?
Only because the espresso, I would only have like one of them. This one, I think I could have multiple. Not a lot, but I think like maybe like 2 or 3 of them, and I could be good. I wouldn't have a tummy ache,
Well, that's the fact you said that is weird. But
you got to think about that.
I think
it's sweet.
I think overall, I don't know. It is sweet. I think I could have more of the espresso than this.
Really? Okay.
I went 8 on the espresso, so I'm going to go 7.5 here. Still,
it's still good.
A
That's
great score.
Yeah.
We still haven't yet take one to the absolute home run yet.
I wonder what we're going to find that will be 10.
I don't know. It's going to have to be that magical combination of sweet and sour and
something you
feel like you could just enjoy for a whole evening.
Yeah.
And that everybody else would enjoy as well.
Yeah. I mean, I still think I like the presentation a little bit. I like this is actually Madison. She's the one that made me get the.
That does not surprise me.
Right. And I think I was going to do something totally different with it. And this looks way better. So okay.
So let's talk about the weekend a little bit. So I think we talked about it on the show, but you didn't go to the concert because you were pretty sure that you were going to have your baby that night. So did you have your baby on Saturday?
I did, actually. Really? I did. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's amazing.
In my mind.
Are you tired now?
I'm exhausted.
Are you really tired?
Yeah.
Okay.
So physically, no. Mentally, yes, the baby came. It's crazy.
Okay. So let's just be honest. You didn't have it.
I did not have the baby.
So you could have come to the show.
I totally could have came to the show, yeah.
So just to recap, went and saw a 80s extravaganza or 90s.
I think it's 90s.
Yeah. So it was actually there was a band that I didn't even know of called the Loonies that opened it up.
Okay.
Followed by Exhibit,
which is amazing.
Followed by Bones Thugs and Harmony.
It's getting better and better.
And then the headliner, I mean, just pure legend, Ice Cube.
Dude, and you sent me some of those videos and pictures. I was so jealous, and it looked like a lot. I mean, I think it was sold out, right?
Packed.
It looked packed.
It was packed. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that place holds fully, but there wasn't a seat in the house, and it was packed. And he sounded great. And it's funny. Like at first, I was like, yeah, let's just go see Ice Cube, whatever.
Yeah.
But then when he comes out, you kind of really go like, this guy's a legend in the rap world, like from the gangster rap kind of thing, And so it was really good. Like I was glad I went.
That's awesome. I'm really, really jealous.
You should be.
I know. Well,
you should have been there.
He comes again.
You should have been there. Yeah, maybe next time he'll bring like some other guys that are different.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be really cool to go see Bone Thugs. I think I would love to go see Ice Cube, but I think highlight would be Bone Thugs.
So it's interesting. There was some other folks kind of your age, and it seems like Bone Thugs was like a big deal in your age group. Like for me at that time, like when they came out, there was that Crossroads song, and every time it came on, I changed the channel because I was like, they overplayed it, and I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, people in your kind of like the 30s, currently 30s, 40s, they love them. Love them.
I just remember being like, I mean, I was like 5 or 6 probably at the time, and my aunt was just blasting us on the radio. And I just remember she has a recording of me just like rapping to it when I was a kid, and I just think it's kind of.
So hang on. So you basically are going off of when you were 5 or 6.
That was like one of my like favorite memories, like them,
Yeah.
Biggie, like just rapping to them, and then obviously growing up, then getting to know the rap game a little more, then fell more in love with it. But that's just one of my first memories. I'm saying you're talking about yours, like changing the station. I'm trying to make it happy.
Yeah, well, I was more like, Ice Cube was kind of like that. Was like those guys came out, and you were like,
Whoa,
this is like some legit stuff going on down in South Central.
yeah.
Like, I'm like out of the loop on this. Although in Tacoma it's pretty similar, but especially now.
Yeah, we're not getting into that.
Anyway,
well, you want to go over the question?
Yeah, let's do it.
So the question we had was they asked us, is it hard to get pre-approved? I'm nervous to get pre-approved because I don't know what I need to do, and is it going to affect my credit? And basically, I think the question I kind of got and gathered from them, this is over the phone,
Mm-hmm.
they're basically feeling nervous about it. And so I was trying to reassure them, but I was thinking maybe you could talk on your end, and I can talk about the real estate side, why it's good to get pre-approved.
Yeah, well,
or even fully approved if you can.
Yeah, I mean, so let's go over a couple of different things here. So there's a couple of different terms. There's going to be your pre-qualification,
Okay, that's
and
number
then a pre-approval.
Yep.
A pre-qualification, and if that's what you have,
Yep.
and it's on a piece of paper, and somebody gives you that on a listing of yours,
That's,
it means absolutely nothing.
yeah, you could have printed it yourself.
It means somebody basically talked to them and said, "Hey, it sounds like maybe it might work. I'm not sure."
You told me this. You make $1 million
based on what
a
you
year.
told me.
Yeah,
you're gonna be approved.
Yeah,
and I will tell you from doing this for a long time. Just kicked over the thing that I had set there. I should clean that up while it's sitting there. Hey, let's maybe get a. We may need a timeout
a little
here.
pause. Okay,
Yeah.
What is it?
Let's go ahead and stop. Well, I mean, first off, as a real estate agent, you have to.
That's what I am.
I know. That's why I pointed. That's why I pointed over at you. But I think it's important that, and you probably already realize this, but you have to know what you're looking at when you get something from somebody, right? So there's, some people talk about a pre-qualification, and then a pre-approval, and a pre-qualification is, hey, you could ask anybody. You could ask your parents.
Yeah.
Hey, do you think I would get approved for a house? And they'd be like, I think so. Would you write me a letter? Sure.
Here you go. I'll print it off on some.
That's paper. Exactly how much that paper's worth.
Yep.
Nothing.
And on my side, when I am the listing agent, if I get that, that's kind of a red flag. So I'm like, you haven't gone through the rest of the process yet. You haven't turned in your pay stubs, right? And things like that.
Yeah, that's usually the first time I've talked to somebody, and it's like, hey, let's talk about this, and and then I tell them, here's kind of a ballpark idea based on what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Based on what you're telling me your credit score is, what you're telling me your pay is. Because a lot of times people don't understand their pay.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people we talked about before, looking at Credit Karma, that score is not necessarily accurate. And so there's a lot of variables there, right? Yep. So my advice would be skip the pre-qualification. If you just want to know for yourself, like, hey, I'm kind of in this ballpark, that's as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But if you want to actually start the process of getting a home loan, you have to get pre-approved. And I think that people think it's like, oh, it's just going to just be like an extensive, paperwork, and how long does it take to do the application?
They're going to ask for my blood.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
first off, most everything is done digitally now, if you like that, right? A lot of people like that. Some people still don't.
Yeah.
And so we usually tell people we can set this up in person, by phone, or you can do it yourself. Yeah, we have a link. We will just email to them or text to them. They can just go in it, and it is simple. It's like the way it's laid out. It's click the bubbles, enter your name, enter your social security number. Very simple.
Can you upload docs on there too?
You can upload all your documents.
That's nice.
So, depending on how you're employed, if you're self-employed, we're going to need tax returns.
Yep.
If you've got rental income, supplemental income, other things like that, we're going to need tax returns.
Yep.
If you are just a straight W-2 employee, we can probably go off just your W-2s and your last 2 pay stubs.
Okay.
We need 30 days worth of pay stubs. So depending on if you're getting paid weekly or biweekly. Weekly, we need 4. Biweekly.
Oh, shoot. What's the math on that? 2?
Thank you. I just want to make sure you were paying attention. Bank statements, we're going to need a couple bank statements.
Yep.
Retirement accounts, anything else that you have. But everything now is so easy to get. It's
Yeah,
so different than
yeah.
the old days when you're like, I think I threw away my bank statements, right?
Shoot, now I got to go wait
Yeah.
3 weeks to get it.
Now you can get you can go on you can go online, you can get everything.
Yeah. Well, and I think also too, the timing right now is perfect because everyone's already gathering basically a lot of this information that you need. So save that. That way, when you're
since
ready,
it's tax season, for
it's
sure.
it's super easy to do that.
So when we do a true pre-approval,
Okay.
we are going to pull your credit.
Yep.
And we're going to tell you that up front.
Yep.
And people that maybe have lower credit scores, a lot of times are nervous about that because they know that the inquiry is going to affect their score, and it's going to affect their score anywhere from like 4 to 7 points.
Okay.
They can get a couple other things, pullfreecreditreport.com.
Yeah.
Kind of see where they're coming from, because what the last thing we want to do is knock somebody out.
Yeah, I think that's also too a timing, right? So
Yeah.
like, let's say they're like they're just getting ahead of it, so they're like, I'm doing this now, but I'm not looking to purchase for like 3 to 6 months.
Right.
That's where you probably wouldn't, if their credit score is that close. That's where you probably wouldn't want to pull it. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to be truly pre-approved and you're kind of at that point where you're thinking about buying a house, we have to pull it.
Yeah,
because
whether or not,
because there's things you maybe don't even know about. I mean, they don't really affect your scores at all anymore, medical collections.
Yeah.
But there's collection accounts that could be there. You could have had a parking ticket that's sitting there. You don't know about it. You could have, there's all kinds of things. And then the one that's weird right now too is student loans.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, I only pay this, but the credit report says something completely different. Some people are waiting, they're in deferment. There's been all kinds of things with student loans. So there's a lot of factors. And until we can actually see it and see what the bureaus are giving us for a score, we're still kind of guessing.
Well, it's also good for you too. I mean, a weird kind of freak story is we were helping a buyer buy. This is probably 4 years ago now. They did kind of the pre-qualification. I mentioned them, hey, we need to actually do this, right? When it came time, they of course didn't want to listen to me, so we went about the whole thing. Wanted to put an offer in, so we're like, okay, now you do need to get pre-approved. Come to find out, his ex-wife that he divorced apparently 7 years prior was still in his name. Like all their stuff were still in his name.
Yeah.
And so that the house he wanted, he couldn't get now because he had to get all that figured out. So going back to your point, if he would have pulled that stuff prior, we would have been ready to go.
But that's the point. Like the guy who gets a W-2 and just gives us 2 W-2s and 2 pay stubs, not what we see most of the time.
Yeah.
We love those.
Yeah.
We love those. It does you no good to get excited and go out and see a house that you absolutely love and you want to put an offer in and you can't get approved, because it's going to really, frankly, just disappoint you down the line.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I think also too on the flip side is, knowing your monthly payments too, because
for sure,
like, for instance, you're going on the Redfin, you're going to those apps and you're like, well, it's telling me I can afford, let's say a $600,000 home, and you go get pre-approved and you get all stuff done. And, maybe you do have a great credit score and now you actually get approved for higher with the monthly payment you want. Or the flip side, the worst is that you can't afford now as much. So I think the good thing about it is that you are figuring out what works for you before you go shopping, because there's nothing worse than getting sticker shock.
Yeah, I always tell people there's two things, right? There's what you're going to qualify for, and there's what you feel comfortable with.
Yep.
And they hopefully are close, but a lot of times they're not anywhere close. It's like you can qualify for a payment of $5,000 a month. Well, I don't feel comfortable with anything over $1,500.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, so then if that's the factor, then you can go out and look for houses for $180.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's challenging to find that around here.
Definitely is. But I think the whole point of kind of what you're saying is, no matter what situation you're in, it's not hard. It's not difficult. You just need to do it for yourself, and also when it comes time to finding a home, so that way you're ready for it. Because, on my side, when I'm representing a seller, kind of what we talked about is, if you don't have that full pre-approval, then we might not even look at your offer. I mean, we're still going to, but if you have your offer compared to someone else's and they are fully underwritten, approved and all that, and you're just on the pre-qual, then they're going to want to go with the person they know that actually is going to be able to have the loan closed.
Yeah.
And then vice versa, when I'm representing a buyer and we go submit our offer, now we can use that to negotiate, because I always ask, are these other ones, are we fully underwritten like us? Are we good? And if they're not, well, that's what we can use to negotiate to get you a better price, better terms, and all that. So all in all, it's just good.
It's better. And really, when you give us the documentation, everything's good for 120 days.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to provide this stuff weekly to us.
Nope.
It's good for several months, and then if we get down the road and you're like, no, it's going to be longer than that, then we just need to get whatever the oldest document is. We just need to update that so
Okay.
everything's within 120 days. So
So not
if we're
super
120
hard.
days out on the credit,
Yeah.
we have to pull a new credit.
Yep.
But that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. But again, super easy.
Yes, the
So-
process itself is very easy. Well, from the time you input and upload,
Yeah.
we're probably going to give you a full answer. It could be the same day, or it's within a day or two max. Like, you're going to know quickly.
Yeah. So I think the lesson learned here to tell everyone is don't be scared.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous. Everyone has to go through this. We haven't seen anything like unusual. You're going to be normal bringing your stuff to us. So don't be worried. Just do it. And
I think that's the key. And so don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of people looking down on you because you're like, oh man.
No,
it's not the case at all.
Well, and on the other side of it too is we can work on that. Like if we come to find out, let's say they have some credit issues,
it's a great point.
We know what we need to fix, and now we can identify that and correct it and get you into that home that you want instead of buying, just a home just to get a home. We can help you kind of work on all that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we're supposed to do, right? Our job is to help get you financed. If you do come and your credit score is like on the verge where it's just, boy, if we could get this up 30 or 40 points, we have credit repair guys that we work with that can do wonders for that.
Yeah.
And so again, don't feel like it's one of those things that, or maybe it's a down payment.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're just like, well, I can never get in a house because I can't get a down payment. Well, maybe we can look at the down payment assistance program.
Yep.
Don't think that it's not going to happen for you.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen today, let's formulate a plan so it can happen in 6 months or a year or whatever.
Yeah. And again, that's what you're saying is that's what we're here for. We're your team. We're to help you. And if your agent and lender is not doing that, then it's time to find anyone.
Yeah.
Because that is our goal. Our goal is to make sure that we get you into the home that you want at the price that you want.
Yeah.
All that we can do, right?
Yeah.
And not just sell you something because that never works out.
No. I mean, again, it's a group effort. From the time we get the application, we are all on the same team. And the end goal to get across the end zone is keys in your hand.
Yep.
Walk into your new house, and there's nothing more satisfying for all of us at that point.
Yeah.
So
cool. I think that's some good stuff.
I think it's good. I mean, I think we just leave it there today.
I think we leave it there today.
Let's try this one more time.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Let's see. Do we have
a slogan?
Yeah.
It was have yourself a martini time.
No, I said that sounds like a Christmas song.
That one. What do you think of that one? Have yourself a martini time. It's just okay.
No. See, do you see it was a
Well, just make sure you enjoy your day and you have a good happy hour and you have yourself a martini at this time. I don't know.
I don't know. How about have a martini on your own time?
All right, we'll go down. Have a martini on your own time. Cheers.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.